Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hope. My name is Tammy Lynn Connors, and this is my podcast and YouTube channel, Helping Other People Evolve. What my mission and vision here is just to help people that are going through struggles to know that they don't struggle alone. A lot of times I interview people that have been through a struggle, unfortunately, but fortunately they have gotten to a strength. So today's episode is me. Today is 2/22/22. So that's a pretty powerful day from what I'm reading. I mean, let's face it, look at all those twos, right? And it's Tuesday. So pretty cool. But I've been wanting to jump on here and share a little bit of, I guess, my hope with you. Something that I struggled with for a long time. And now I've gotten to a place of strength with it. I'm not fully there yet, but I'm getting there. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I had a friend here in town in Arizona, and we were talking, and she had a lot going on, and she was talking every time. She's always helping people, which it's great. You help people, right? But at the same time, every time she's miserable, right? Miserable. And I've been there. I know the feeling like you're trying to pour into everybody else as you are miserable. And it's not a great place to be, I promise. So, when we were talking, every time she talked about taking care of herself a little bit, not even a lot, just a little bit, she would say, "But I'm not being selfish." And she repeated that like 5 or 6 times. She would be like, "So I think I'm going to start, meditating, but I'm not being selfish." And I thought, why does she continually say that? And I thought about it. When I started taking care of myself more, I kind of felt that way too. Like, oh, I'm being selfish because I'm not helping this person and I'm not helping this person and I'm not lifting this person and I'm not doing this and I'm not doing this. But at the same time, I wasn't doing anything for me. So it wasn't a point of being selfish. And so as I was talking to her, and I always learn as I do my podcast, as I talk to other people, I always take their opinions, I always take their advice, and I listen, right? Or what they're saying. And I listen and I try to, think in my brain, like, okay, how is this really working? What is really happening? Why is she not happy? Why is she miserable? And I thought about it and I said to her, please stop saying that you're not being selfish. Taking care of yourself is not being selfish. What you're doing is you're learning to set boundaries. Now, there's a big difference between setting boundaries and being selfish. Being selfish is everything is all about you, right? Like, I don't care what they think. I'm doing this because this is me and this is who I am and this is what I want to do. I mean, I get that you want to do the things, but at the same time, think about how I'm saying that, right? It's all about me. That's arrogance, ego, all about me, right? Being selfish is not always like that. Like I said, I did it like this. I was like, okay, is she being selfish or is she setting boundaries? She's setting boundaries because if you do not set boundaries and you do not be a little bit selfish about helping yourself, then guess what? You're no good to anybody else because you're out there being miserable because all you're doing is making sure that everybody else is happy. Now, we all know that I like to be the light in the world. I like to make sure I share my smile. I like to share my hope. I like to share, good things. But at the same time, I'm making sure that I'm filling my cup. I'm making sure that I am taking care of myself because we have to. We have to take care of us. If we have an empty cup, as the saying goes, you can't fill from an empty cup. It's the truth. It's the truth. What do you get out of an empty cup? Absolutely nothing. What can you give out of a full cup? So much. If my cup is so full, and it's overflowing, what is that going to do? It's just going to overflow to everybody else. So when we're going through our days and we're thinking, oh, I need to go do this and 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 help this person and do this person and do this and help them. Oh my gosh, they need a pack of cigarettes. Oh my gosh, they need this. Oh my gosh, they need a ride here. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. You're so busy, you cannot even focus on you. Now, I heard one time somebody tell me, because I was that busy person, I was continuously taking care of everybody else. And on the outside, yes, it looked like I was great. Everything was great, right? I'm running around like a crazy person and everything is great. I was mentally and physically exhausted. Why? Because I wasn't filling my cup. I wasn't taking care of me. And somebody pointed out to me one time, because I went through a funk, like a really bad one. Like it was pretty intense. I even had to go see a doctor and things like this. You guys know I'm always transparent on here with you all, because as my friend Trent Shelton says, my transparency could lead to someone else's transformation. So anyways, as I was doing this and I was keeping so busy, I wasn't getting anything done. I wasn't doing anything to benefit and help me, as what I was trying to be, the light in the world, right? I wasn't being able to share my hope. I wasn't being able to be the best Tammy I could be. And a friend of mine said, Tammy, you do know that this is how she felt about it, and whatever you guys want to believe, but I do believe this to be true. Satan will keep you so busy that you cannot take care of yourself. He will keep you so busy, and he knows exactly what and where and when to do that for you, so that you get so busy that you stop taking care of you, that you stop reading, you stop meditating, you stop listening to good music, you stop listening to podcasts, you stop listening to YouTube videos, you stop, I don't know if I said praying or not, but you stop praying. You get so busy that you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I got to go help this person, I got to go do this, I got to go this, I got to do 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 this. You have to take time for yourself. So in the morning, if you can do some practicing, which I've been learning to do, and believe me, I'm no expert at it, I continually learn. But if you can make yourself, when you get up in the morning, first off, don't grab this, don't grab it. I'm learning, don't grab it immediately. Lay there for a minute, do whatever you do, whether it's you pray, whether you meditate, whether you just talk to the universe, maybe you just talk to yourself, whatever it is that you do to get your day started in the best way. I have learned over the last year to say gratitude in the morning. Be grateful for what I have every day. There are so many people out here and that don't have anything, right? There's so many people out there that have experienced tragic losses lately. There's people out there that every day is a struggle just to get up. So if you can practice in the morning, and I've talked about this before, I know, if you can practice gratitude in the morning, just wake up. My friend Danelle Delgado says, I choose joy. You have to choose joy. There is always something, I promise you, to be grateful for. I know that some days it doesn't feel like there is, but then I have to really reflect and think about all the things that I'm grateful for. Okay, I can let my emotions get in check here. I think about the struggles that we go through. And I can sit here and I can say this and I can be emotional, because why? I've been through those struggles. I've been there. I've been through some of the worst tragedies ever, like brokenness, heartbreak, hurt, abuse. I've been through it. But today, I can say that, you know what? From my struggles that I went through, I have gotten to the strength that I can sit here, wake up in the morning, be grateful that I'm here, be grateful that I have great people in my life, be grateful that I can take a breath, be grateful that I can see, be grateful that I can hear, be grateful that I know that all my loved ones are there. They may not be here physically, but I know spiritually they're there, and they send me signs all the time. You just have to be looking for them and realizing them. So when I talk about going through struggles to get to a strength, I can share those facts with you. When I talk about waking up in the morning and choosing joy, it might not be easy every day. You might not wake up every day and be like, yay, I'm joyful. But I can tell you what, if you pick this up first, you're not going to be, because you're going to get on here. You're going to look at social media. You're going to look at whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it is that you look at, Facebook, as my friend called it, fake book. I know he would tell Chastity, my friend Chastity and Pat, and unfortunately we just lost him 3 weeks ago. And he would tell her all the time, get off that fake book. You know, that's all fake book. But you know what? You get on there, or you turn the news on, or you get news updates. And the next thing you know, you're sad, you're depressed, you're mad, you're whatever. Somebody said something that didn't rub you the right way, and you let it affect your life or your day. Maybe not your life, maybe it just affects your morning. But here's the thing. So get up in the morning, however you do it, meditate, gratitude, read your Bible, write down your goals, write down your visions, write down your joy, and then get up and get your day started, because you're starting on a positive note. They say, make your bed in the morning. You accomplish something. I mean, these are things that I can talk about all day long, and more I learn to be about it, right? You What is that? Talk about it, but you got to be about it. You can't just talk about it, you got to be about it. And I can be that, like, walk the walk but talk the talk, or talk the talk but you got to walk the walk. You know what? Here's the thing. It's true. I can sit here all day long and tell you to do things, or not tell you, but you know what I mean, like advise. But if you looked at some of the things I do, I don't always do it, but I'm practicing. And what happens is, the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. The more you practice gratitude in the morning, the better you get at it. Then you just open your eyes, or you don't even open them yet, and you say your gratitudes. And maybe you write them down. I try to write mine down every day. And if you write them down, then you're seeing them. It's all about your perception on what you're going to do. And so when my friend kept saying, every time she was like gonna she was gonna get her hair done. I'm not being selfish though. So she was always making that excuse. And I feel like when we're like that, it's a brokenness. It's something that we need to work on ourselves, because we might think we're out there saving the world, but how can you save the world if you can't save yourself? How can you save other people if you can't do anything for yourself? It's okay to go get your hair done. It's okay. Men, women, it's okay to take the day and go get your hair done. It's okay to go get a pedicure, men or women. It's okay to talk to somebody about things that are going on in your life. Find those people. Find your little circle of people. And if if you don't have a good trusting circle of people, then I recommend going to a counselor. I mean, I'm all for it. I think it's the greatest thing that you have somebody you can talk to that can relate to you, and they can give you tools and advice on what to do to help yourself to not feel selfish when you're doing things for yourself. I feel like we live in a world that, we used to. I think it's getting, I think it's getting better with people sharing their hope and their struggles and their strengths with others. And especially when I hear men, I love to interview men on here, because I love to hear them share their story, not of their struggle, but their story that they got to a strength. But at the same time, they do share that struggle, and that is being so vulnerable. And I think it's amazing when we can share our vulnerability, but we can share that we've gotten to a point where we feel better about ourselves. And in feeling better about ourselves, then we can help other people, right? But we have to detach from that selfishness. It's not selfishness, it's setting a boundary that can change your life, that detachment that can change your life. But it's got to be learned. Got to be, has to be learned. I'm always correcting myself on here. It has to be learned. It has to be taught to yourself. Nobody's going to say, here you go, here's a book on exactly what you need to do to live life. Here it is, here's the book, that's exactly it. I mean, the Bible can help you with that, but it's like every day is a learning lesson. Every day isn't going to be all, like I always like to say, it's not all rainbows and unicorns out there. It's not. But when you have the right tools in your toolbox that you've learned and you write down and you have those tools, you can reflect and you can be like, oh, yeah, I remember hearing so and so, whoever, whether it was, I don't know, me, Danelle Delgado, Trent Shelton, Les Brown. There's so many great people out there, Joyce Myers, TD Jakes. I don't know, there's just so many people. I can't think of some of their names right now, but I listen to a lot of different people. But you hear something from somebody and you can be like, oh, yeah, I remember that. I wrote that down. And that's how I'm feeling right now. So if I go look at that, I meditate on it, I send it out to the universe, and I let it go. I detach from it. That is the big, powerful thing, too, is learning how to detach from things. You don't have to hang on to things, you don't have to hold on to, I don't know, whether it's something that hurt you, someone that hurt you, someone that was mean to you. You don't have to hold on to it. If you hold on to it, it's going to continue to hurt you. It's not going to continue to hurt them. It's going to continue to hurt you. So, this is another topic, I guess, but it still all goes into the boundaries. So, what you need to learn is how to forgive and detach. And that's huge. And it's hard. Believe me. I dealt with that for a long time. Not letting go, not forgiving, not forgetting. And when I say forgetting, I don't mean that you forget 100%, because you have to learn from what you went through with it. But you can't hang on to it. You continue to hang on to it, you're going to be a miserable person forever. It's going to be miserable. I remember my mom, bless her heart and God rest her soul, she would she would hang on to things from, like, when my uncles, who were almost 60, were 5 years old, and she would be like, oh, but I feel so bad for him when he was 5. He was 5. That was 55 years ago. He let go of it, but you hold on to it. And it really, I can't, I'm not medical, I'm not anything, but I do know that you hold on to those things and they stay in you. Those are what makes a lot of the sickness, because stress, anxiety, worry, fear, all of those things will just take, and they will make illnesses in you. You can go research that. I promise you. They say, your gut health, your brain health, all of it goes together. Well, if you got all this negativity and you feel bad for them when they were 4 or 3, don't get me wrong. I'm not being heartless here. I know people have been through some shit. Like, I know, but I do know that you can heal from it and you can help other people from it. But I know that if you hang on to it, you'll never heal from it. And so I used to hang on to it. Like, I would hang on to the things that I've been through, but I learned to talk about them with somebody I trusted, and then I had to let it go. And it's not easy to let it go. It's not easy to be like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm just going to let it go. That's when you have to practice something, whether it's meditation. I heard my friend Natasha yesterday, and I'm name dropping here, and I know they don't care, but I heard her say yesterday, and so meditating is hard for me. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard for me because I get in that space, and then I think about this and I think about that and I think about this and this and this. And I know my other friend, he's always trying to help me with meditation, and I've sat and meditated and been really good, but I have to really, really practice it. And I've been working on practicing that. And she said something yesterday, because I was told, you let it come in there one side and you let it go. You breathe it in, you let it go. You breathe it in, you let it go. And so I'm always like, yeah, but how do you do that without thinking about, oh my gosh, I forgot to do this, or I got to do this, or I got to do that. Now, this is all back to detachment, right? This is all about filling our cup. So what she said yesterday is that her yoga practice, they teach them, you breathe you breathe it in, you set it on a log, and you let it go down the river. How great is that? I was like, what a brilliant idea. Whether it's a log going down the river, or whether you want it to be, I don't know, a raft, a you attach it to a butterfly and it flies away, whatever it is that you need to do to detach from it. But that is perfect. So you get it in and you let it go. Get it in, let it go. I can sit here today and tell you that I've learned that I'm not selfish when I'm doing things. I don't know why I just got emotional. I'm not selfish when I'm doing things for myself. I am just helping me to be a better Tammy so I can bring more hope and joy to the world. Because if I'm not a better me, then I can't be better for you. So I set my boundaries. I've learned a lot, especially in the last geez, just in a year and a half, I've learned so much about really taking care of me, my mind, my mind. And I'm sure that many of you have seen the change in me. I know everybody's always like, yeah, you've always been bubbly and happy and do. But you know what? I wasn't happy and bubbly on the inside. It just showed a fakeness on the outside. And now I can look and I know people can see it. There's a different glow about me. There's a different attitude about me, a better attitude of gratitude about me, all because I learned that I'm not selfish, that I need to fill my cup, I need to set boundaries, and I need detachment. So today I just wanted to tell you all, if you're taking care of yourself in a good way and not being arrogant and not being egotistical and not being about me, and you're trying to make yourself a better person and not being a victim, then I am so proud of you. And when people say I'm so proud of you, sometimes that can be, taken all kinds of ways, but I am just proud. I am proud that I am able to get letters from people. I am proud that I help people to get out of bed in the day, and I am just proud of all of you. I love people. I love people's smiles. I love to make people smile. I love to make people laugh. I just like to be the light in this world, but I cannot be a light in this world if I'm not taking care of myself. So I hope you guys all have an amazing 2/22/22. And if you're listening to this on another day, I just hope that you have an amazing day. Stay blessed. Stay tuned for episodes. We're still doing the 50 States of Hope. So just, keep an eye out for that. And I hope you all have a great and blessed day. Don't forget, your struggles will get you to a strength. You just have to start being grateful and practice gratitude. Love y'all. Bye.